Sister Spouses. Robyn Brown speaks on Christine's wedding censure. Sister Spouses Season 19 Elements. Christine, Janelle, and Mary earthy coloreds take off from the family. The new episode showed Christine and David Woolley's wedding arrangements. Be that as it may, Kody Robyn actually managed the fallout of the spouses' choices to leave. Tender Loving Care likewise delivered another C-cut for the impending episode where Robyn talks about getting scorned at Christine's wedding. Continue to peruse to see her response. Sister Spouses, what occurred in the past episode? The January 5th episode of Sister Spouses Season 19 included Mary cutting up a blanket that praised her union with Kody. The two utilized shirts they'd gathered throughout the years as materials for the blanket. Mary needed to continue on by disposing of it totally. Yet, Kody requested that she get a portion of his shirts back. Numerous watchers were amazed when Mary chose to mail the sliced shirts back to her ex. She even reviewed a portion of their valuable minutes together while cutting the quilt. The past episode likewise highlighted Robyn actually attempting to persuade Kody to accommodate with the exes. She's attempting to acknowledge the way that they're currently a monogamous couple. In any case, it appears Kody is presently happy with carrying on with his existence, with just Robyn on his side. The episode additionally displayed Christine and David's groundwork for their important day, which at long last gets highlighted in the most recent episode. Robyn stands up on Christine's wedding censure. Tender Loving Care, as of late, delivered another review clasp of the January 12th episode of Sister Spouses Season 19. It highlights Christine communicating her fervor about at long last getting hitched. Janelle additionally said in her confession booth that she never suspected she'd see one of her sister spouses getting remarried. Meanwhile, Mary, who wasn't welcome to the eagerly awaited day, said that she believed Christine should have the adoration that she didn't encounter when she was with Kody. However, what astounded many was Robyn's assertions about not being welcomed. As indicated by Robyn, she and Kody were not amazed that they were excluded, it were the untouchables. Robyn then did one of the most expected cuts since the Season 19 review, where she holds Kody firmly prior to saying, "Would we confirm or deny that we are only so glad for them to add that they?" Sister Spouses, Christine Brown gets genuine with Kody, Robyn, and Mary. Tender Loving Care likewise delivered a clasp of Christine earthy coloreds explanations about not welcoming Kody, Robyn, and Mary to her wedding. The Sister Spouses star kept it straightforward by saying she would rather not see her ex and ex-sister wives at her important day. She said, "How could I welcome them? It's my ex and his significant other and ex-sister spouse. How could we welcome them on the day, the greatest day in our lives up until this point? How could I welcome them to arrive at this astonishing festival property bought by the earthy-colored family in Flagstaff, Arizona, has been a point of convergence on Sister Spouses. Among the many struggles attached to the land, fans have noticed an obvious problem: Mary Brown's evident prohibition from significant conversations and choices about the property. Regardless of being essential for the family for quite a long time, Mary's job in the designs for Coyote Pass appears to be lessened, leaving fans asking why she wasn't entrusted with this critical family venture. Mary's convoluted remaining in the family. To comprehend the reason why Mary wasn't entrusted with Coyote Pass, inspecting her developing job inside the family is fundamental. As Kody Earthy Colored's most memorable spouse, Mary was once viewed as a foundation of the Earthy Colored family. Be that as it may, throughout the long term, her relationship with Kody disintegrated, prompting profound distance and, surprisingly, lawful changes. For example, their separation in 2014 to permit Kody to wed Robyn legitimately. Key factors that debilitated Mary's situation. Profound alienation from Kody. Their stressed relationship has been irrefutable, with Kody frequently excusing Mary's requirements and communicating an absence of want to remake their security. Trust issues. The notorious duping embarrassment including Mary in 2015 further disintegrated trust inside the family, as it featured her dejection and longing for profound association outside the marriage. Robyn's domination. With Kody's center moving vigorously toward Robyn and her kids, Mary's contribution on family matters appeared to assume a lower priority. The meaning of Coyote Pass. Coyote Pass was intended to be a new beginning for the Earthy Colored family, where they could construct individual homes and reconnect as a firm unit. Notwithstanding, the task has been tormented by delays, monetary battles, and conflicts about the division of the property. Mary's rejection. While different spouses, Christine, Janelle, and Robyn, effectively added to conversations about the land, Mary frequently seemed sidelined. In different episodes, she communicated dissatisfaction about understanding left, yet her interests were seldom tended to by Kody or different spouses. Why fans think Mary wasn't trusted? Kody's hesitance. Kody has straightforwardly conceded that he battles to trust Mary, referring to their broke relationship as a critical boundary. Monetary worries. A few fans hypothesize that Kody and different spouses were careful about Mary's capacity to contribute monetarily to the task, particularly given her emphasis on running her hotel, Lizzie's Legacy Motel, in Utah. Absence of agreement. With such a lot of strain among Mary and the remainder of the family, including her in the dynamic cycle might have been viewed as a possible wellspring of contention. Mary's viewpoint on Coyote Pass. Notwithstanding her prohibition, Mary wants to be important for the family's future on Coyote Pass. In interviews and on the show, she has communicated harmed over being treated as an outcast, especially subsequent to devoting such countless years to the family. What Mary said. I for a long time needed to be important for the vision for Coyote Pass. I don't have the foggiest idea why I'm being dealt with as I don't have a place. It seems like my perspectives don't make any difference any longer, and that is difficult to acknowledge. Fans have identified with Mary's situation, taking note of that she has reliably attempted to stay required in spite of the difficulties. How different spouses view Mary's job. Different spouses have had blended responses to Mary's inclusion, or scarcity in that department, on Coyote Pass. While Janelle and Christine have sporadically voiced help for Mary, their activities on the show recommend they've to a great extent lined up with Kody's viewpoint. Robyn's impact. Many fans accept Robyn plays had a critical impact in sidelining Mary. As Kody's lawful spouse and nearest compatriot, Robyn uses impressive impact over family choices. Her more grounded bond with Kody might have prompted Mary's prohibition, whether deliberately or incidentally. Janelle and Christine's logic. Both Janelle and Christine have focused on their own arrangements for Coyote Pass, with Janelle pushing for monetary reasonableness and Christine, prior to leaving the family, zeroing in on her own joy. Their attention on their own requirements might have unintentionally sidelined Mary significantly further. Fan responses to Mary's avoidance. Fans have been vocal about their perspectives on Mary's rejection from Coyote Pass, with many reprimanding Kody for his treatment of her. Online entertainment stages have been overwhelmed with remarks supporting Mary and getting down on the family's apparent partiality toward Robyn. Fans stand up. Mary's been essential for this family all along. How might they simply shove her to the aside like this? Kody generally discusses trust. However, he's the person who's wrecked it with Mary endlessly time once more. Robyn behaves like she's the sovereign of the family. Obviously Mary's getting left out. Notwithstanding, a few fans have likewise guarded Kody's choice, contending that Mary's far-off conduct and spotlight on her own business might have added to her prohibition. What's the significance here for Mary's future? Mary's avoidance from Coyote Pass is symbolic of the bigger issues inside the earthy-colored family. While she has shown strength and an eagerness to remain associated, the preceded with absence of trust and correspondence makes it far-fetched that her job inside the family will change fundamentally. Possible results. Mary's autonomy. As Mary keeps on zeroing in on her motel and self-improvement, she might additionally move away from the family's arrangements. Coyote Pass impasse. The continuous conflicts about Coyote Pass could postpone progress endlessly, leaving Mary's association, or deficiency in that department, debatable. A defining moment. In the event that Mary decides to completely stand up to the family about her prohibition, it could ignite an extremely past-due discussion about her place inside the earthy-colored dynamic. Decision. A botched and open door. Mary Earthy-Colored's rejection from the designs for Coyote Pass is a glaring illustration of how cracked the earthy-colored family has become. While the property was intended to represent another part for the family, it has rather featured their divisions, with Mary's minimization filling in as an excruciating sign of her lesson job. Whether the family can retouch their connections and genuinely make a common vision for Coyote Pass stays questionable. For the time being, Mary's rejection remains as a demonstration of the difficulties of exploring plural marriage even with broken trust, offering watchers a brief look into the unpredictable existences of Kody Brown and his plural family. While the show at first introduced itself as a crude and legit depiction of polygamy's difficulties and prizes, fans and pundits the same have started scrutinizing the genuineness of the series. Many currently accept that a lot of what is depicted on Sister Spouses is prearranged, overstated, or inside and out manufactured for show, and, obviously, tender loving care checks. Early commitments versus current reality. At the point when Sister Spouses debuted in 2010, it was promoted as a cozy investigate the earthy-colored family's endeavor to experience their reality while battling cultural marks of shame against polygamy. The Browns guaranteed their objective was to teach and standardize their way of life. Be that as it may, as the seasons advanced, the center moved from investigating polygamy to featuring relational show. What fans were guaranteed? A fair glance at polygamy, the show asserted it would feature the delights and battles of plural marriage. Solid family solidarity, the Browns at first introduced themselves as a unified family focused on their confidence and one another. Straightforwardness, watchers anticipated that the family should be open about their lives, choices, and convictions. What fans got? All things considered. Unending show, later seasons appear to focus on conjugal disagreements, monetary hardships, and blame shifting over significant bits of knowledge into polygamy. Created storylines, fans have brought up various irregularities in the family's accounts, prompting doubts that a large part of the show is made. Center around cash, the Browns' battle to keep up with their huge family has frequently been eclipsed by their evident dependence on attention pay and side endeavors. Key proof proposing the show is arranged. 1. Disconnected timetables. Quite possibly of the most ridiculously glaring sign that Sister Spouses may be organized is the continuous irregularities in the show's course of events. For example, separation and marriage show. The timetable encompassing Kody's lawful separation from Mary and resulting legitimate union with Robyn was altered to make more pressure. Insiders later uncovered that a large part of the shock communicated by the spouses was overstated. Christine's leave, fans saw that Christine's declaration about leaving Kody was prodded for almost a whole season, despite the fact that it had previously happened months sooner. 2. Over-underlined clashes. The Browns' contentions frequently show up excessively sensational, driving fans to think that makers are empowering them to overstate their feelings. Models include Kody's unexpected monogamy shift. Kody's case in late seasons that he no longer trusts in polygamy has puzzled fans, taking into account the show's reason. Some accept this sensational turn is intended to produce buzz. Robyn's casualty story. Robyn is every now and again depicted as the peacemaker or casualty, while different spouses are painted as envious or antagonistic. Fans have estimated that this portrayal is a conscious decision to keep watchers partitioned and locked in. 3. Monetary reliance on attention. In spite of Kody and the spouses frequently flaunting about their different undertakings, it's an obvious fact that the family vigorously depends on their tender loving care checks. Pundits contend that the Browns will cooperate with makers' requests to keep the show running and guarantee a consistent revenue source. Christine's cooking show. In the wake of leaving the family, Christine immediately sent off a side project cooking show, which a few fans see as evidence that dramatization on Sister Spouses is made to fuel individual brand open doors. Mary's LuLaRoe embarrassment. Mary's emphasis on her LuLaRoe business has likewise drawn consideration, with some proposing her on-screen show is a method for directing people to her endeavors. 4. Insider cases. A few sources near the Browns have approached, claiming that large numbers of the show's storylines are manufactured or vigorously controlled. Previous companions of the Browns have expressed that certain stunning disclosures, for example, Kody's alleged longing to create some distance from polygamy, are only plot gadgets. Spilled film and in the background photographs have shown makers giving signs or provoking the cast to respond in unambiguous ways. The job of tender loving care informing the account. Unscripted television is infamous for obscuring the lines among truth and fiction, and Sister Spouses is no special case. Attention, similar to any organize, is put resources into keeping its shows engaging and beneficial. To do this, almost certainly, makers script specific scenes. While the Browns might not have a completely prearranged storyline, makers probably propose or support explicit discussions and clashes. Increase feelings. By underscoring conflicts and disappointments, makers make a seriously convincing story for watchers. Control the alter. Film is cautiously altered to feature show and strain while discarding minutes that don't serve the storyline. Fan responses to the falsehoods. Many fans feel deceived by the acknowledgement that Sister Spouses may not be just about as bona fide as it once appeared. Via web-based entertainment stages, watchers have communicated disappointment over the show's evident shift from a significant investigation of polygamy to a sensationalized show. Fan analysis. It's so clear now that they're simply in it for the cash. Nothing about this feels genuine any longer. Protectors of the show, regardless of whether it's arranged, it's actually engaging. That is the only thing that is important. A few fans contend that regardless of whether the show isn't completely honest, it actually reveals insight into significant issues, like the difficulties of plural marriage and the intricacies of relational peculiarities. What the Browns say regarding the allegations. The Browns have to a great extent tried not to address guarantees that the show is phony. Be that as it may, in interviews and via virtual entertainment, they have periodically alluded to the tensions of being in the public eye. Kody's safeguard. Kody has guaranteed that the family's battles are truly yet enhanced by the cameras. Christine's point of view. Christine, in the wake of leaving Kody, has been more open, proposing that specific parts of the show didn't precisely mirror her sentiments or choices. Decision, a story of two real factors. Sister Spouses might have begun as a legit depiction of polygamy, however over the long haul, it appears to have developed into something more made. While the Browns process without a doubt incorporates genuine battles and feelings, the impact of tender loving care and the tensions of unscripted television have likely formed the story into a more emotional, less credible variant of their lives. For fans who feel frustrated, it's an update that unscripted television is still diversion, created, altered, and intended to make watchers want more and more. Whether the Browns are willing members in this act or simply doing what they must to remain above water monetarily, one thing is clear, Sister Spouses is presently not just about family, it's about the show.